Right, we in here. We in here. What's up, y'all? I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. We're out in these Uber streets being reckless. Just kidding.
Turn left on Wyoming Street.
All right, we're going to turn left on Wyoming Street. Well, we in here. We are making this money. And in transparency, I want to tell you guys something. It's in point 2.
In a quarter-mile drop off on the left.
If you could figure out how to make $50 extra a day, you increase, did she say on the left? You increase your annual income by $10,000. And some people, that might, maybe it sounds good.
Drop off on the left.
Maybe it sounds good, or maybe it doesn't. Let me see here. Oh yeah, we're right here. Uh, 18, 16, that's E. That's D. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe a little 10K a year. You're like, I don't really care. That doesn't really matter that much to me. But maybe a little something with that. Hold tight. Hold on. We're at A. When I pulled up, there's this girl walking, and I think I startled her because I'm on the wrong side. I'm parked on the wrong side of the street. If that was me, I would be very startled. Random people just kind of pulling up. That's why you got to stay ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You ain't got to be startled and surprised. All right. We got this one right here. Hi, Sonia. We got the right address. I'm just going to verify. Hold on one second. Yep. Hold on. I'm going to take a quick photo. All right. Do some of this. Hit that delivered. And we're on to the next thing. Sonia says pick a number between 1 and 100. 23, baby. 23. All day, every day. MJ for life. All right, we're going to accept this one. I think this is probably the last one we need to be accepting. Let's check on what it is. Anyway, if you make the $50 a day, then you'll find yourself with 10K more. And if you can figure out how to make $100 a day, then you made 20K more a year. And if I know myself with that math, that's only 6 days a week. So you can still take Sundays off. Hold on one second. I always text people, woot woot, on the way. So they know maybe if they feel like it, they can hop out, pull up, hop out. To the front, please. I need all my questions though. Thank you. My subwoofer is so disrespectful. I got to a certain age. I'm 42. I just turned 42, but I got to a certain age and hit what Nas called. You guys know Nas. the wrapper. I'm gonna pull out. I got to a certain age and hit my second childhood. And I don't know how y'all grew up, but your girl was very broke. Grew up impoverished. So all the little things that kids get, I didn't get. And at a certain point, hold on. This isn't telling me how to get to this location. I don't know what to do about this. I could put it on here. Hold on one second. Let's pull into a little and then hit the hazards. Drop off. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, you hit, oh, there we go. I just learned something. And I never hit the hazards. You get to a certain age and hopefully you're a little bit of where you want to be, and then you start buying the stuff that
turn left on North Cadland Street, then turn left on Montana Street.
You start buying stuff that you wanted, which is why I tell the story of how I ended up with a minivan, which isn't what I went to go get one day. One day I went to go get a Mazda Miata, a little two-seater, a little vroom vroom. And because I'm a woman, because I'm a woman, and though for whatever reason the baby urges like hit me while I was at the car dealership picking up my car, and I ended up
drop off on the left.
I ended up with a minivan instead. Anyway, since I hit my 30s, we could never afford Jordans or anything like that. It was like we were so broke. Some of y'all can relate. Some of y'all are blessed in a way that you don't know what I'm talking about. But Payless was too expensive. Payless was too much. And so I got to a certain age and it's like, I just wanted to buy Jordan. So when you guys hear me say like, I wanted to, I wanted to craft a life. I'm rolling up on somebody else's property. I'm gonna be real quick. When I tell you, I wanted to craft a life that like I didn't have before. Let me see if this is this dude. Sorry, guys. Okay, we got the drink. We got this. Hi, are you James? Oh, well, I'll give it to you, Dad. How you doing? I can't complain.
Doing okay?
Yeah, work be working.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks a lot. All right. Turns out it was a kid, I think, that ordered it. Yeah, so when you hear me talk about how I want to live a life where I'm just in like hoodies, t-shirts, Jordans, I was kind of thinking about it today, like, what a privilege it is. And I've worked really hard to get here. If you're new here, I'm a social worker and I've been in the game for a minute. Hold on. the reason why I was talking about that reminded me of the Jordans and all the stuff, is because I got a subwoofer.
Then turn right on Wyoming Street.
At some point, my grown self was like, you know what I always wanted was like a disrespectful subwoofer. And I think we get
right on Wyoming Street.
I think we get trained a little bit, right? Like, you get to a certain age, you have to do these things, yada, yada. And it's like, what if we just kind of, well, we can't do that. I was going to say, what if we just like broke the chains of like societal kind of like, you got to be doing this.
In a quarter-mile, turn right on North Curtis Street.
But it doesn't work that way. If everybody, one thing I used to say, I've probably said it since I was like in middle school, and I stand by it, and it's easy to misunderstand the messaging, but I still stand on it, whether somebody understands or misunderstands what I'm trying to say. But that is, rules are for people who want to follow them. And
right on North Curtis Street. We
need enough people following the rules that the rule breakers kind of scoot under the radar. You can see how easy it would be to misinterpret what I'm saying. But I think whatever you say, somebody's going to.
Quarter-mile, turn left on River Road.
Whatever you say, somebody's gonna be upset about it. Anyway, back to the beginning. I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord. Amen. Your physical health and persistent education. I really like this house. If I had time, I would stop and like go look at that house. It has a front-facing detached garage that is like linked with a roof to the house, and then you can tell there's a gate. So in between that roof, between the garage and the house, there's a backyard, and I like that kind of setup. I like a structure like that. But anyway, this live stream right here is called the Secret Heart Club. This is a space. It's a Christian space, a show. This is a space for, I just thought dog looked weird to me. Oddball Christians and the Christ curious. If you're wondering who the Lord is, like, you can roll up in here, ask your questions. As long as you're respectful in your curiosity, we want you here. You're welcome here. You know, if you're a Christian that, you do the Pokemon thing, or, you're into that, dungeons and I don't know, but you're into that kind of stuff, marbles and stuff, hey, if you're praising the Lord, you're welcome over here. So welcome, everybody. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I am Ubering for a couple reasons. One is this whole thing is called Pursue the Smile. I would like to get new t-shirts made. That's a couple grand. I would like to get a new website. That's a couple grand. I would like to interview more people for entering the chat. Somebody told me yesterday they really enjoy entering the chat. And somebody told me a few days ago, somebody I don't even talk to, they were like, oh, I'm really like looking forward to the Buddhist therapist one, which is tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Entering the chat is a new series I started on this channel. Entering the chat, what do you think about Jesus? Oh, no, I'm going to scoot up. You big truck. Big boy, big. Entering the chat is me interviewing interesting people in interesting places about their lives, whoever they might be. They could be Christians or not Christians, and under the lens of what do you think about Jesus? So tomorrow what airs is an interview with a Buddhist therapist, and October's is I interviewed 3 Mormon elders. Hey, Poppy. December is the founder of a nonprofit called Inside Out, Jessica Colton, who was in prison herself, which I don't think I knew that about her. And she is a former addict who came to Christ in her jail cell. She was like, Lord, if you let me out, I'm gonna honor you. And he let her out, only for her to be falsely arrested. Falsely, she was imprisoned again under the wrong charges, because there was somebody else with her name and they didn't catch it. Turn right. And I believe her because she admitted to literally all the other many times she went to prison. Anyway, she was like, what the heck, God? And was like really upset about that. But we're going to coaching. I've never been here before. Yeah, and then she started a nonprofit that helps formerly incarcerated people through their recovery process. So that's December. And then January is, or somewhere in there, November, I don't know, is a queer advocate who incidentally was quoting more scripture at me than I was quoting at her, because she used to be in the church. And it's really funny. I'm really interested for that. Probably, I think, one of the best interviews, because she was, due to like judgments and legalism, she was like radicalized against the church inadvertently by the church. And I think it's fascinating. I think her story is fascinating. All right, hold on 1 second. We're going in. Oh, thank you.
How's it going? Good. Are you needing help? Okay, perfect.
Hi, I'm here for Sammy.
Sammy? Lower East, correct?
Yeah.
Get you to hit verify for me.
Ooh. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a good day.
You too. All right. So yeah, so that's going to be a fascinating one. And then I'm trying to get my sister on my dad's side. She has 3 daughters. And I've talked about my dad's side before. He had way too many children and took care of only some of them. And honestly, to be fair, I think there's like 12 kids. He adopted 2 of them. And I don't know how to feel about it. 2 of us, me and one of my brothers. And the kids that he raised, my brothers and sisters are pretty successful. Whoops. I didn't mean for that to stay like that. I was trying to get back to the original dun-dada. There we go. And my sister and I never talked about it, but he cheated on her mom with my mom. And even with all that, like, family kind of dynamic, she's like the only sibling that has embraced me out of 12. I actually had one of them, and I later offered her a job, and she didn't even, anyway, she just kind of like looked me up and down. It was so mean. Like, that's kind of, oh, hold on. I'm trying to figure out. If you're wondering what I listen to, what kind of Christian music this is, I don't know if you guys can hear it. This is Brianna Shanae. It's called Christian Girl. And the bass is stupid. I have it turned down. You guys want to hear it for a second? Just wait. And that's not even. Okay, this might be the last one. This is going to be the last one. We're going to wrap this up at 7:30. Sorry. Okay, I never even got to the point, the title of the... This is why this channel is going to grow this slow, because I'm too distracted to sit up here. You know the formula you're supposed to use, just for those of you who have your own channels or whatever. I was just yelling at Ben. I just took another order. Ben is in charge all the way wherever he is of me, of not taking more orders, because it's so easy. They make the sound to click it, make it click, they make it kind of pulsate, and it's like, oh, I could use like another $10. Like another $10 would be okay. All I'm doing is making $37 a day. That's the goal, is a cute little $37 a day. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. It makes me neurotic, because I say 37 and then I'm like, okay, just 37 with Uber, which means it's cool if I make this with this task. I make that with this task. It's like just 37 with Uber, nothing else. And I need to figure out a different way, because it's not like it's unhealthy. I'm just being honest and transparent. It's not like it's unhealthy, but it's like the way my mind works is I'm like surprisingly by the book. I'm like a surprisingly by the book person. So if I say I'm going to do something, it's difficult for me to get out of the pattern of it. You know what I mean? So if it was a matter of just making $37 a day, I would be better off, because then I could sew this up hours ago or whatever. But because I said 37 on Uber, then I stick with it. And it's like a neurotic thing. And I don't know like what to do about it, really.
Turn left to stay on Stockyard Road, then keep right.
It's like a positive, it can be a positive thing, because I can like
Try to stay on Stockyard Road, then turn right.
Stick to a task, or I'm very much so the type of person that's like
turn right, then drop off. Great.
Like I'm dependable. If I ain't nothing else, I'm a dependable person. If I say I'm going to do something, you bet money on it.
He says, Leave at door. Please don't knock on door.
that it's going to happen. And that kind of includes things to myself too. Right? I don't know. What's the solution? I was like, well, if I mix Uber with something else, okay, we're going to talk. We're going to walk and talk and look crazy at the same time because people are going to be like, what is she doing? All right, we're at a hotel. The hotel we're going to 1, 2, 3. We got to find 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? You guys ready? Let's go. And I turned off the other requests. And then when we get in the car, we'll get to the question. But you guys can put it in the chat right now. And the question is, by the way, don't forget to lock your car doors. I was telling somebody when we were teenagers, we used to, because I lived in a really nice neighborhood, but we were bad. We would order pizzas and the delivery driver would bring the pizza like to a neighbor's house or whatever, and then they wouldn't lock their door and their car would get stolen. I'm not saying I stole the car. I'm saying the car would get stolen. Lock your cars, people. Hey, looking for 1, 2, 3. Is your name Tristan? You know me. I'm live streaming right now. How you doing?
Good.
Wow. Okay. I'm here for 1, 2, 3.
Be straight down at the end of the hall.
Man, you too. I'm telling you. So 15 years ago, the guy I just saw 15 years ago, I worked with him at Boys and Girls Club. And I've been remembering, I don't know if you guys see me during these live streams, but I see the kids I used to take care of, and it tickles me that they remember me. It makes me feel really good. And I wish I had time to talk to him. But I don't, because I'm talking to you guys. I wish I had. There was this one boy named Jaya. And I went home because I was so depressed, you guys. I was maybe not in the best place at all. And I saw Jaya and he remembered me because I'm always like, I don't know if you remember me, but I used to change your diapers or blah, blah, blah. I saw another kid like that yesterday. His name was Oliver. Okay, we have one more Pizza Hut. And then I turned it off. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, I got that. I'll pick a number 2 times. I didn't. I wish I had time to talk to you, but I'll see you sometime. Tell your mom I said hi. You doing okay? Like A-okay? All right, good. See you, Tristan. He looks exactly the same, except I remember he had little freckles, and I see his mom from time to time. I'm like, how old are these kids? You saw he's grown working at a hotel. And I knew him when he was about 8. He was about 8. I wonder, some of these kids, there was this other little boy, I don't want to say his name, but he ended up, yeah. I'll tell you this one sad thing about the Boys and Girls Club kids that I take care of. The reason why I like to keep track of them is because obviously, well, I don't know, this is Missoula, so I don't know how obvious it is, but they're kind of like low income kids. And so and a lot of my Boys and Girls Club kids ended up in the same age range as my own kids. Right. And so some of them died. A lot of them are like heavy into drugs, quote unquote, gang banging. There's like some weird gang banging going on in Missoula, Montana. I don't understand it personally. you could probably, you know,
Pick up at Pizza Hut 3851 Brooks Avenue.
not do all that in Missoula, Montana. Like you could, I think it's just as badass. If we're talking just Missoula, Montana, it is just as badass to say you gangbang as you do if someone said they cow tip. I would be like, you do what? If someone was like, I go cow tipping, I'd be like, what? That's hardcore. That's hardcore. That's what I would think. But when I hear like, oh, I've been gangbanging in Missoula, Montana, I'm kind of like, you can try me if you want to. I don't know what y'all got going on.
Turn left, then turn left on Stockyard Road.
Sorry, trying to figure out it's like a weird street. All right, let's park for just 1 second so I can catch up on what y'all are talking about. Yeah, but the question is, what would God text you if God text like boop 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 boop? If God texted you right now, what would that text message say? L says, go Trump. Trump, good person. Trump make America great again, except the E has one of these things going on. So I feel like you're not even from the country. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you, I don't know, but we don't do the E with the thing over it. Try again. And Poppy says, hey. Poppy popped. So here's what I was doing today.
Just ahead, turn left on North Reserve Street.
There's a now podcaster. She was a radio DJ turned rapper turned radio DJ again turned podcaster now. Her name is Angie Martinez. You remember that song, This Is Ladies Night? And with Missy and Lil' Kim and Christina Aguilera and all them, Angie Martinez was somewhere, in that mix. Anyway, she does podcasts now, and it's called In Real Life. And I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite podcasts, but I do really like it because she has a way of getting people to kind of open up and be their authentic selves. And so the most recent one is Cardi B. And here's the thing. I do like Cardi B.
Left lane, turn left on North Reserve Street.
I know it is highly salacious as a Christian. I'm not just even a Christian, right? I'm like a public Christian, a bold Christian. And I like Cardi B. How could you possibly say that? 3+Kei. She talks about WAP. And it's like, all right, but hear me out. Our country, the great, sorry, it was a jerk move. Our country, the great United States, is one where anyone can prevail. And I really do like a rags to riches story. And people get hung up on well, she was a stripper. And it's like, she also didn't have much of a choice. And then it's like, I get it. I get where people are coming from, right? And a lot of times, I'll say this because I was thinking about it today. A lot of times we're coming from a perspective of, I would never do that, without ever actually having been in a position where we would need to do that. So one thing, one topic, not to go all the way there, but the topic of abortion, right? I could stay on 10 toes down all day long and say abortion is wrong. I say it loudly. It is murder. You're murdering a baby. I wouldn't do it, right? God forbid somebody rapes me today brutally at 42 and I end up pregnant. And it's like, I would like to say now in my safe car and my defenses and my, you know what I mean, what I wouldn't do. But I have like a reality, and I've been around enough that like, it's really, we all do it. It's really easy to say what we would and wouldn't do when we're just not in the situation. And not only not in the direct situation, but we have the resources to like navigate that situation better than someone else. So I'm not saying, yay, Cardi stripping. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying like, yay, strippers. I'm just saying like, me personally, I have a mindset that there's always Uber, there's always, but I should be mindful to say for me, I'm also kind of chubby, and I'm not like stripper pretty either. So I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even have the option to be a stripper. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like outgoing, but I'm not like stripper outgoing. So like, there's that factor too. Like, I would make a bad stripper. Like, it's not a really an, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not like hungry enough to do it, or I don't have kids to feed to do it, or a drug addiction to feed to do it. So anyway, she was a stripper, and then she got the opportunity with like Love and Hip Hop, the whole rapping thing. And she really, I mean, if you just kind of look at it, she played us all. Like, she parlayed the stripper thing into, she's like a whole businesswoman now. Like, she raps, but she does like, she's like owns businesses and stuff. And she's raising her kids, and like, I don't know. You could judge me. I'm sure somebody's like, look at that. You're not a real Christian. Okay. Okay. Anyway, they were talking about God in the interview, and she was saying she prays all day, and it's a very conversational prayer. And that resonates with me because I also have fairly like, I'll do the formal prayer when I'm like backed into a corner to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like the type of prayer that's like, Dear Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? Like, usually if I'm talking to the Lord, I'm like, Jesus, I need your help. What do you think about? Please give me strength I need some self-control. Send the Holy Spirit. Like, you know what I mean? And so anyway, when she said conversational, Angie Martinez, the podcaster, picked up on it and was like, what do you think God would text you right now? And I love that. Like, I really like latched onto that, because it's like, if God was just like up there and was like watching me, what I'm doing, you know, God knows I watched the Cardi B podcast today. He also saw the X, Y, and Z things that I don't feel called to brag about to you guys about. You know what I mean? I do have one friend, my friend Anna Alicia, shout out to her. She's my, because I'll be honest, I will say the things that I do, the like generous things that I do, or the kind things I do, but I'll only say it to her. I'll be like, oh, I did this today. I like that, you know, the Lord made me like that, to want to do this type of thing for this person, or to think about this person in this way. I'm planning I'll tell you that it's this. Well, I can't tell you because it's a secret. Afton did something good, has something good going on in her life that she's not telling people about for some reason. And so I am planning a friend date for us. And I told her what it is today, because she's got those 4 kids. So she can't just like, I can't be like, I'm pulling up. But it's really good. I'm really excited about that. I'm really happy for her. If you guys have friends with kids, here's a little friend reminder. If you guys have friends with kids, don't forget to like talk to the friend about themselves outside of who they are with their kids. You know, some people, I do have one friend, her kid is like her whole entire identity, and our friendship kind of took a hit a little bit because it can't all be about your child. Just like how it can't all be about you and it can't all be about me. I'm not here to like always talk about the child, especially when I'm not like there and I don't have a biological tie. I'm here for the kid stuff, but also your friends are people. So love them. I wish I could do more friend dates. I know I had just been ranting lately about how I'm busy and don't waste my time. But I mean like experiences, like things we could go do together. That's a new experience for both of us. Not like, hey, come to my house and like talk to me or, you know, when I plan friend dates, when I do that, I plan it in mind that it's going to be like really fun. It's something we haven't done before. But this one for Afghan, I'm trying to get her out. There's laser tag. I want to take her to laser tag. And then to this restaurant called the Mustard Seed. And then I bought her a Bible. I've been waiting for the right time, and I've been praying over the Bible. I bought the Bible in her favorite color, and I bought it in NIV because that's a really easy translation to like read. And I've been waiting for the right time to give it to her. But maybe at the Mustard Seed. I don't know. Anyway, if God were texting you right now, like at this moment in your life, what would he be saying to you? And I think the Lord, for me, it might be focus.
Turn right on Brook Street, then turn right.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my life right now. And all good things. I just got a major blessing today. I don't know if you guys know what I do exactly for a living, but I work with children that have mental health issues. I work with their guardians to keep them in the community instead of sending them out of state or to a group home. And also, if you follow this channel, you know that I have like a big problem with the pharmaceutical companies kind of preying on foster kids and their mental health. Like basically, if you're a foster kid and you go to a group home, you have to be labeled with a psychiatric disorder in order to go to the group home. And it's called a therapeutic group home. And a therapeutic group home is literally your only option. So like, you're just like a regular kid, maybe like your parents passed away and you're an orphan. And now you have to be like major depressive disorder. Hey, let's see what we got here. Heather L. And so once you have the major depression, the anxiety, you know what comes next. And now you're medicated. And once you're medicated for so long, it creates a deficiency. It creates a deficiency in your brain. Hey.
There you are.
Whoop, whoop.
Great rest of your night.
You too. Thank you. It creates that deficiency for that chemical in your brain. And so when you're 18, if you get off of that medication, you have a bigger problem than what you initially you had no problem. Basically, it creates the problem. And what I would like to do in our community, or starting with our community here in Montana, and then in every community, at least one in every state, is create a James House. And the James House is a long-term Christian group home for adolescent boys. Long-term and Christian means that it is not eligible for Medicaid reimbursement, which is how group homes get paid, because they need to be staffed in this kind of thing. So if people need to get paid and you have to bill Medicaid, part of being eligible for Medicaid reimbursement is that they're being reimbursed for a reason. What the reason is that they need the staff to care for the kids with a psychiatric diagnoses, which is why the kids have to be labeled with the diagnosis. So if Medicaid is not reimbursing the James House, who's paying for it? The community and a foundation. How much does that cost? Millions. So how do we get people to invest? The short initial answer is you have to raise your own capital, and then you have a campaign. You say, hey, we've raised, like ThreePlusKei and PursueTheSmile has raised $100,000, and then you run campaigns to raise 500,000, $1 million, so on and so forth. But I will tell you this: there are 260 million. Hold on a second. I need to see where I'm supposed to be going. Union Square, Old Fort Road. I don't know where we're going. We'll figure it out. There are 260 million Christians in the United States. There are 500,000 foster children in the United States. For every 500, can you guys hear this? For every 591.5, I'm going to say it one more time. For every 591.5 Christians, there is one foster youth. For every one foster youth, there's almost 600 Christians. We could change the face of the foster care system, of the populations that Christians, of the specific populations Christians are called to uphold and protect. We've got, let's do it. Doing all this, doing a little bit of this, some of this. Okay. All right, we did that. I've never done that before. I don't know if you're watching, Ben. I just got out of Pizza Hut on Brooks and turned on Brooks toward Reserve. Just did a little Heyyyy. Never done that before. It was smooth too. Yeah. And so the goal eventually will be, and the big question that needs to be answered is how does PursueTheSmile get each Christian in the United States to donate just $1? Oh, just $1. How do we get every Christian in the United States to donate just $1? So when I say, like, God would text me focus, these are the type of questions that need to get answered. It sounds, I think, maybe easier than it actually is, because there's other Christian organizations, there's other group homes, there's other, You know, and how do we do this all without begging? So I'm also in like the nonprofit sector, and something that's super common is people are not charitable. Most people don't give. Think about your own selves. There's only 2 people watching right now. When was the last time you gave to a charity? And then if you feel really proud of yourself for that, when was the time before that? And when were like the last 5 times? Because sometimes people are like, well, I just gave to Salvation Army yesterday. It's like, okay, well, what about the time before that? Oh, it's been a year, right? No shade. I'm just saying, like, people aren't really like charitable, and that's why nonprofits suffer, and that's why we're in this situation. If Christians like spent as much time like actually giving in time, money, and resources as we do complaining and harassing non-Christians, you know, and it's ego and pride and moral superiority, like a sense of pride, like I'm better than you, so I'm going to tell you. Anyway, the blessing that I got today with all this, so I'm kind of in a job that's really easy, and I work for like a huge organization. We're the #1 organization of what we do in the state of Montana. And my particular job, because I've worked to this point, right? I used to work in what they call the trenches, which is like I worked in homeless shelters. That's why when people are like, whatever, you didn't sing the Star Spangled Banner, it's like, bro, like I did my work with veterans. What did you do? I don't just sing about America. I am America, bro. Shut up. Oh, I hate that kind of talk. I am America. Bars. Straight bars. I don't need to sing. What are you talking about? I'm still upset about that. Can you tell? That was like dumbest comment of the year on this channel, if we could have like a ranking. But we won't. We're positivity. We need a best comment of the year. But yeah, so today I got an opportunity, a little blessing. They opened up a family unification services. It's been going on. They have it literally everywhere in Montana but Missoula. And it's essentially working with the foster care system. And somebody quit suddenly, like their last day is Friday. And there's a family that's doing really well. And people are rooting for them, and they don't want them to like not have a person, not have a social worker just because the last one quit, because it might set them back as a family, getting back together as a family. And so there's a meeting today, and my boss of all people, because I thought I'm always behind on billing and stuff, but I have really good relationships with my client, with my caseload. So I guess that's worth something. But anyway, my boss was like, hey, Lakeitha would be a really good fit for this. So I had an interview. They interviewed me for it. And she was like, oh, yeah. She's like, why do you care about the foster care? She's like, why are you a good fit? I was like, I was a foster kid. Both of my daughters came to me through foster care. I'm opening a group home. I've been doing this for 15 years. Like, I walk the walk. Like, I am the person who does. There just hasn't been a position open. Like, I'm the person for this job. But I also do like my own job. And anyway, I was like, can this just be overtime? Can I do this job and my job and it's overtime? She was like, yeah, for now. So it's kind of cool. I was saying, like, this, you usually don't get to do this in a job, like test. You usually don't get to test a job and get paid a bunch of money, like just to test it out, essentially. So I'm very grateful. Is this drop off? Wow. Okay. Are we? Is this shoe? Oh, that's her. Okay. All right. We got it. Okay. Hold on a second, because she's right here, guys. Oh, there it is. Hi. That's okay. How's your day going? Yeah. Oh, man. No, not at all. This is the last one. Today's been the best day ever. I got a little promotion today, and yeah. Thank you. There you go. Yeah.
Good job.
See ya.
Celebrate now?
Oh, no, I don't celebrate. I need to be better about that. I still haven't celebrated my degree, and I'm like, what do we do about this?
Congratulations to that.
I know, but
My idea of celebration is a glass of wine or tea in a bath. Alone time.
yeah, well, that's what I have money season, and so this Saturday is my first day since April that I don't have a job. So this is how my mind works. I'm gonna pay my neighbor to clean my house and then clean with her, and that's all I've got so far.
Have like what, clean houses?
She cleans houses.
Oh.
I want her to clean my house.
Okay.
And then, but that doesn't seem like a break. So,
Well, that's a good break though.
is it? Yeah.
Then you know it's sparkly clean and you're done. You don't have to,
Right. I gotta,
For that.
yeah, thank you. Hey, you as well. Are you a believer? Wow. Check out 3+Kei on YouTube. I'm live streaming right now. I'm the only Christian content creator in Montana.
Right.
Yeah. See ya. 3+Kei. See ya. Yeah, she's a believer. All right. Wrap that up. And we're done. Let's see. Is there a way out? I feel like the answer is going to be no, but I can go slowly. Yeah, I was telling her, like, get that out of there. There we go. Oh, it's a cul-de-sac. I would love to live on a cul-de-sac. Tell you that much. Trying to figure out what the plan is. I was telling her, this is the end. Money season's over, guys. Like, we did it. We ran from April to up to this Friday. I'll have worked pretty much 7 days a week. And, you know, kind of going back to the Cardi B thing, right? Like, I ain't no stripper, right? And so also, right, when I see people kind of like getting money however they got it, like, that's how they got it. And I could maybe judge about it, but I think that's less helpful than the overall messaging that I like to share of America being a place where a caste system doesn't exist, and you can go do things, and you can do things morally, right? Ain't nothing wrong with the little Ubering. You can do. My point is like, if you're trying to like get something, you can kind of like get it here, you know. When I was little, there were these things, Munchie Cheese. Do you guys remember Munchie Cheese? They're like these little cute monkey dolls, and you could stick the thumb in its mouth. It had like a little puckered lip thing going on. Anyway, they don't sell them, and they haven't sold them for like 3 decades. But if you wanted a Munchie Cheese, you could just hop on. Yeah, I mean, you could just go like get one, or you could find someone here that has one, and then you can like barter with them. Or my point is just like, this is, I don't know, you know, there's arguments to be made about America like not being great. Like, obviously, like nothing is great all the time or whatever. But I mean, we just, in other countries, I will say, like, people talk about Sweden or whatever, and it's like, Sweden ain't taken, like, we couldn't go to Sweden. I don't know if people understand that part either. Like, if I wanted to go to Sweden tomorrow and be like, I want to live here, it's like, it doesn't really pop off that way. And we take a lot of immigrants. We really do. I think more so than any other country is the stat on that. Yeah, so I think we need to keep things in perspective. We're also not like perfect. I think that's a perspective. Whoever here was like, make America great again, and the whole MAGA movement of like America being perfect. I think there's never a time anything was perfect. That makes no sense to me. You got to be realistic, people. You got to make sense at some point. Sometimes I feel like people are just like talking just because it's like, this feels good to me. Like, it feels good to pet dogs. Therefore, we should have dog petting stations at all of our offices and at the grocery stores because I myself like to pet dogs. And if someone's like, I don't like to pet dogs, you're like, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's like, we're crazy, man. Anyway, I think since nobody else answered the question, if God were to text me right now, I bet it would say focus. I've been struggling with that. You know what I'd like to do is a get off the phone challenge, like, you know, and it's one of my goals every day. I don't know if I told you guys about this app I use called Finch, where I have like 13 goals to hit every day. One of my goals for this week alone is to take an undistracted walk. And I took a 20-minute walk around my neighborhood today and left my phone at home. And at first I felt really naked. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I felt kind of like happy, like kind of free. Like, I'm not beholden to somebody's beckoning right now, or I can just think and like, it's okay. And I feel like when my phone is with me, it's like not okay to just like, to like sit, or it's like an addiction almost, you know? And I think I might maybe want some more of that, to create some of that in my life, more pockets of being phoneless. And then maybe some pockets of spending time with people I love, and we don't have our phones. And it's crazy to even think that, like, I'm not sure I have people around me that would agree to that. They would be like, well, I have kids, or I have job stuff. I'm not sure. maybe I should make that like a hangout goal with literally anybody. Is you want to hang out without our phones? You want to go like do something without our phones? Ooh, sounds good. It's very tempting. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. I would love to talk to you guys about like what you should be celebrating. Do you feel that way? I don't know if you guys heard me talking to that lady, but it's like, I got my degree and I still haven't, I got my degree so long ago, oh my gosh, so long ago. And I remember people saying you should celebrate. And I was like, but everybody has their degree. Like, it's not like a thing but it's like, I got my degree after all my drinking and my drugging and my partying and my kids and my craziness. I got my degree. I think you got your degree because you had two parents who had a real good marriage. You know what I mean? That's why you got your degree. I didn't have none of that. I don't know, guys. Also, my therapist says I'm too hard on myself, so go figure. Anyway, 7 p.m. Mountain 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will talk to you guys later.